The meeting was attended by all the invitees, meaning the tribal hosts, indigenous to the state, and apex tribal bodies also, the CNTC, Kenye Union Nagaland, and the ENP. So everybody participated in the consultative meeting, and they have shared their opinions, made their submissions covering all the three subjects. We were fortunate to have our learned counsel, the Advocate General of our state, Mr. Balgopal, who had extensively dwelt on these three subjects from the legal point of view and the constitutional perspective of where we stand on these three issues. After lengthy deliberations, we are glad to inform the people of the state that we have reached a consensus on the three major subjects, which were actually earlier dogging us. And we were otherwise heading for a headlong collision for which we have taken so much time to avoid such a situation. And finally, by God's grace, we have a consensus, and we will be moving ahead to prepare for the assembly session due on the 11th of September, where the necessary formalities will be observed by the state legislature. Uniform Civil Code, as you have seen earlier, this is a contentious bill which was already laid in the Parliament in 2020. And the objective and the reasons are clearly stated. In short, they want to have uniformity for all religious groups in this country, with a single law which will be applicable to every individual, and the system will be streamlined, cutting across religious sections. Now here, there are areas where many apprehensions have been raised by different religious groups that it may infringe on their religious practices. So you have seen through the press, many groups and individuals have already voiced their opinion on this UCC. You remember the state government also have made a representation to the 22nd Law Commission stating our background, the socio-political background of our people, and that the 371A, that is the constitutional provision regarding our state, guarantees that no act of parliament in reference to our social and religious practices will be infringed upon. So basing on that, the state government have made it very clear on behalf of the people of the state that this is not acceptable to us. So in the like manner, today, all cutting across different tribes and CSOs, they have endorsed that same stand, and they wish that this should be passed as a resolution in the coming state assembly. The other is the Forest Conservation Act, the latest amendment of 2023, is a stand which is an approach which cannot be accepted by our people also. So it again goes back to the Article 371A, where the Constitution of India guarantees that the ownership and the land and resources shall belong to the people of Nagaland. So this is, as I was saying, not the government of Nagaland, nor the government of India. And as it is, we have more than 95% of our forest land belongs to individuals and communities. The state government as such may have hardly 5% or less to its credit. So the will of the people stands out. Here too, it is in one unison that they have expressed this extension of 100 kilometers from the international borders into our state will not be accepted. And because the land and the forest belongs to us, this is our decision, and the same should also be in the coming assembly taken up as a decision and passed as a resolution of the people. The third is the ULB elections, urban local bodies elections, which was repealed on the 28th of March this year by the State Assembly. And the government has been assuring that it will lose no time in bringing about a new act, an act of our own for the municipal councils. That is under preparation. Today, the draft proposal could not be brought to the consultative meeting because it is under serious review, and it will have to undergo the scrutiny of the cabinet, the government, and the panel which has been formed also. And with further consultations before the State Assembly starts, the final draft will be prepared. But it was extensively deliberated, and the 33% reservation bill for women's has been more or less accepted by one and all, that it is it will be okay if we have the reservation and conduct the elections. So the other areas where in matters like exclusion, omission, deletion of certain words like tax, which actually does not go down well with our people. So those will be rectified, and it will be presented in a different way, where the people should understand that whatever fees or in the forms of donations will be collected from the people, the citizens of those wards falling under the municipalities or the town councils will remain with them. This will not come on to the state's exchequer. So after these explanations, and with many suggestions, very good suggestions from them, the final touches to this draft will be made, and we will be bringing the new law for enactment to the Assembly this coming September 11th. Those were the areas which were extensively discussed, and our learned counsel, the Advocate General, has given a very, very clear picture about the present situation where we are in, and he has also outlined certain opinions and suggestions which the government may follow while trying to achieve all these issues. There is no reason to doubt whatever they have stated today. Maybe back then, a few years back, within themselves, the respective tribes also did not have enough time to deliberate on this issue properly. But after giving them time and the consequences that we might face also, and trying on the other side, trying to keep pace with the world, they have come to understand that for us too, as a trial, we may experiment this 33% reservation for a certain period of time, and it can be reviewed after a decade also. So these were the various suggestions they have made, and there are many other things which they were also critical about, for which the doubts have been removed, and the panel, which will be sitting to give the final touches, have taken note of all their suggestions. So after addressing these grievances, it should be okay. They will not backtrack.